This definitely is the hardest task of my day. Climbing up these stairs. Ugh. Look at my shirt. It's so cute. I designed it. Go look at the short to get the story behind it. Um, I just came off of a trip. Another road trip. And the first thing I did when I got back to New York, I went and I looked at I went and I looked and read the things that I wrote on my vision board. And I read it, and as I read everything, I said, okay, to like get me back in that, focus, because there were so many conversations that I had while I was on this trip about moving forward and getting myself out there more, and there was opportunities that came up so effortlessly. And there's one thing that was on my vision board that I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, still, again, things are manifesting that I put on this vision board. And the thing that I wrote on there that, like, I laughed, but not like a funny laugh, just like oh my gosh, like, it's coming to fruition, it's manifesting, is that I want to travel more for leisure and career-wise, and to spread my story and testimony and spread life in the daylight to wherever I go. This trip was totally, for the first time in a long time, this trip was totally a leisure trip, even though I worked while, because I do Instacart, I can work wherever I am. So necessarily wasn't a travel trip or a career trip, because that's not my career. It was totally a leisure trip. But things about my career came up so effortlessly. I sold 4 books. I sold 4 books. And I don't think I sold that many. I don't think the amount of books that I've sold this year already, I sold as many last year by this time. I don't think I sold. I think I've sold at least 5. I can't think of it right now, but I don't think I sold 5 in 2 months last year. And then I am learning to promote myself more, something that I don't do, something that I'm getting used to doing, and that I know I have to do if I'm going to get somewhere in life, and get to where I want to get to. I have to put myself out there. And I'm not going to speak on it too much right now. When it happens, I'll speak on it more when things are solidified and confirmed, I'll speak on it. But I promoted myself and sat there and talked to these two women for an hour. They were just so intrigued by my story. And because of their being intrigued, I was more open or more relaxed to tell him. I mean, it's not something that I'm scared to tell. I love to tell it. And sometimes I don't say much about it, but I was able to sit there for an hour and talk to them just about my life and about my book. I didn't want to tell them too much about the book because I want them to read it. But I walked out of that interaction so elated and so so excited, like elated, excited. Yeah, I can't. I can't even think of a word to to really express and describe how I really felt. And the thing that I keep hearing, that I heard in Georgia and in Virginia, and even tonight, your story is a story that needs to be told. This from other people. Yes, I want to tell it, but to hear other people say that it's a story that needs to be told, it's very encouraging. Because sometimes I don't feel like my life is like that grand, because it's my life. I'm living. I'm just living. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. But I guess when you sit back and think about everything that was predicted and that was put on my life back in November of 1986, and to see where I am today, and everything that I have accomplished, and everything that I'm doing, and everything that I will do, I guess you could probably say, like, wow, yeah, Rashon, you did that. Rashon, you're doing that. Rashon, you're gonna do that. So don't discount. I guess the takeaway, and I think that I want you to learn and you to know for yourself, is to don't discount your life. I think I've talked about this or said something like this, and not the exact words, but tell your story. I mean, I know I've said that. I'm a big advocate of telling your story, because you never know how your story is going to affect others, how your story will help others. I didn't know how my story would affect others and how my story would help others. Even people that necessarily don't even live with spina bifida like myself. As a matter of fact, I don't know everybody that's got my book, because they don't tell you who exactly bought your book when it's sold on Amazon. Don't get it from Amazon. Get it from me. So I don't know who has got my book, but personally, I don't know anybody that's gotten my book that has SB like me. So to hear how my book has helped people, has inspired people who don't even live with the conditions that I live with, is more than I could ever think or imagine. So tell your story. I know I've said it again, and I'll probably say it again. I said it before. I say it again, and I say it again. I say it again. I say it again. Tell your story. Tell your story, because it helps. It helps you. It helps others. And there'll be many more ways for you to hear my story coming soon. So stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be the daylight in someone else's life and enjoy the daylight in yours. Oh, yeah. Thank you to everyone that watched the, I guess, first official episode of Eating at Home with Chef Ref. If you haven't gone to watch it, go watch it. And this Friday is going to be another video. And turn on your notifications and subscribe, like my cousin said in the video. Subscribe so you will know when the next video comes on, is uploaded.